So look, man, first and foremost, just keeping it all the way a brick with you. We still been going strong. Now, we ain't been hooping. We ain't been walking like I've been wanting to every morning, sticking to the 90 days, cause nigga came down with some type of sickness, a bacterial infection, sinus infection. I don't know. I really don't. Like I can't put my finger on what it is. As you can tell, it's got my voice box damn near gone. I feel me, been coughing like crazy. But we getting better though. That's the main thing. We getting better. And as I've been getting better, shit, we been staying busy still, regardless of what it's been looking like. So, as I told y'all anyway, a lot of changes is gonna be coming to what I'm doing and how we present it. You feel me, going forward. So, um, first and foremost, I'm gonna give y'all like a first little look. Hold on. Let me do something real quick, but I'm gonna give y'all a first little look at the behind the scenes of what we've been doing for real, right? So we getting the setup put together pretty nice. You know what I mean? I still got a couple more pieces to add on. Feel me? In order to make it all beautiful. Feel me? Right now, nigga folding clothes up and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? We folding the clothes. You know what I mean? Staying consistent with, you know, life. For real, for real. But really, I want to address this, right? The main reason why I had stopped recording in the first place wasn't even because I got sick, and it definitely wasn't because we stopped playing basketball on them days, right? The reason why, I'm actually see if I can set y'all up real quick. See if this works. No, hold on. Let me see if I can put it right here. Cool. So like, the reason why initially, why I sort of stopped was not because of none of that, right? It was actually because my phone told me that I didn't have no more space, no more storage space to record. So I was trying to go through the hoops of, you know, moving files and whatnot, but I actually never even got around to really doing that, if I'm being 100. Over the course of, you know, the past week and a half, I guess, I've been, you know, recording little things on my phone, like outside of what I've been doing for behind the music. Been recording little small things, you know, little crazy stuff, certain visuals that I just wanted to record, little different things basically. And I was noticing that my phone was never telling me like, hey, you ain't got no space. So I ended up checking today, and I can't make this stuff up, y'all. At this point, y'all should know I ain't making this shit up. I screenshotted it this time because I just want to see, like, if it tries to do it. I mean, it's done it a million times to me, but I just want to, you know, at this point, y'all know I like to keep track of certain things. But it had said that my phone was, as far as space, that basically I was at like 122 gigabytes of what I had used, and so it wasn't no more space left, right? Quote unquote. They said that my photos was taking over 70 gigabytes and all type of shit. You feel me? And since then, like I said, I've recorded little small videos, like little 1 minute videos here and there, took some pictures, little stuff like that. But I haven't done no real recording like I'm doing right now. And something told me just to check it today, just to look. And as soon as I look, it says that my phone, that I've only used 55 gigabytes of space, and that I really still have basically over 70 gigabytes to still use. So y'all know how this technology shit get. Y'all know how all the bullshit get. I done told y'all before how, you know, at one point TikTok was trying to play me, trying to act like my TikTok was over 70 gigabytes at one time, 80, I think, if I'm being precise. Just crazy stuff be happening to try to keep me from talking to y'all the way that I want to talk to y'all. And as y'all can see, I personally feel like, if I'm just being 100, man, because like I said, this is the behind the scenes type vibes with y'all. If I'm being 100, I feel like somebody did this to me. Like, I feel like this is some type of spiritual attack, if I'm keeping it 1,000 with y'all, because even the fact that it's targeting so many things, like, if you really listen, I've been taking care of myself as far as like just doing everything possible to make sure that I get myself back to health. And the sickness itself, whatever this is, it's been moving from place to place. It hasn't been steady on one thing for real. Like, it'll go from my stomach to now it's like mainly my nose and me coughing, or then it's like me sneezing a lot one day, or then it's like headaches. Then it's like it just keeps moving and moving. And at one point I had, like I said, I had well, y'all actually don't know this. I had a whole fever. Like, I was in the bed. I couldn't even move for real, for real. I prayed over myself for like 20 to 30 minutes before I could even actually gain the strength to move. But I couldn't even move out my bed. I didn't even have the strength. And now, as y'all see, now it's targeting my voice box. Now I can, like, if you, like, I promise you I'm talking at the best strength that I can without like yelling. This is how my voice sounds right now without me even doing anything. You feel me? So it's just like, it's all crazy. If I'm being 100, I can't put my finger on what it is. Y'all don't also know this, but I don't do doctors. I don't like doctors, but you know, my mom Duke, she been telling me like, hey, you might want to, you know, go to a doctor, see a doctor, see what, you know, see what's going on and whatnot. But man, we ain't doing none of that. I ain't gonna lie. God is my doctor, and I feel like God gonna bring me back to full health from being 100. I'm just gonna keep listening to what it is that He's telling me to do on a day-to-day basis and just staying obedient. You feel me? So, you know, a lot of things been going on. A lot of, you know, as far as like people that's actually been not on my side or like with me, and I've been seeing a lot of it, y'all. Like, a lot of things have been getting revealed, whether that's through dreams, through actual interactions with them. A lot of weird stuff been going on. As far as like even with people, it's a lot of devils right now that's in my vicinity. I've been listening to the song that I used to listen to when I was in high school. It's actually ISTG, but it's worded all the way out, and it's by Black Youngster. And he got a line in there where he say, all these devils coming around me, somebody please pray for me. You feel me? So it's like, man, that's just part of it. You feel me? Like, I just been realizing that, you know, as far as my journey, that's something that's real heavy right now. It's a lot of devils and demons and different little entities that's fooling with me and trying to mess with me. You feel me? But I just wanted to let y'all know, like, man, we still going strong. Ain't nothing changed, man. We still, you know, staying fully sober, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, we didn't have, you know, keep it 1,000 with y'all. Y'all know me. I told y'all, I still got, you know, take a drink from time to time, little something, but we not getting drunk. You feel me? We not getting out our mind or something. We not losing full function in our body. You know, we just, you know, we take a little sip just to get a little, not even really a buzz for real. Sometimes it's just shit. Sometimes a nigga just get it with his meal or something when he out somewhere or whatnot. You feel me? Just keeping it 100 with y'all, cause I ain't finna lie about it. But other than that, man, we've been staying clear from the weed. We ain't got nothing to worry about with that. Just wanted to make sure that I updated y'all as far as that. Man, I've been going through it though. As you can tell, like, I wish I could actually talk better, you know what I mean, and actually use my voice. But it's even times where, like, when I'm talking, I'll feel like my voice box, like, it's almost like a full strain, and it's like, it's really like, it's almost like my voice is also telling me, like, stop talking. You feel me? Because it's like, it'll start hurting after a while. Like, literally, I'll feel pain in my voice box while I'm sitting here trying to talk. So I ain't gonna chop it too long, but I did want to at least, you know, speak on this stuff, you know, just let y'all know what's going on. Also let y'all see that we still keeping busy. We still making sure that everything is going according to the plan, man. We ain't stopping, we ain't fumbling, we ain't falling, you feel me? We ain't letting nothing come against us. That nothing, simple as that, man. God is bigger than all that, and God is with me. And a lot of this journey, this is part of it. Like, y'all needed to be able to see a lot of this. You know, y'all needed to be able to see a lot of this. And I'm honestly, somebody will probably look at my situation and be like, daggone, bro. Like, that's deep, like that's crazy and whatnot. Like especially if you was able to literally watch it the way that at some point in time I'm gonna allow y'all to be able to see more once once things aim towards that direction the way that we want it, right? But nah, man, we ain't doing nothing off fear, man. We ain't moving like that, and we damn sure ain't gonna let bull jobs stop us. You feel me? That's what we ain't gonna do. So I just wanted to at least give y'all a little update. Let y'all know that the pieces are still moving on the board. We ain't stopping, man. We ain't stopping at all. Main thing is y'all just by the time y'all see this, I'm gonna be back to full health. You feel me? I'm gonna be probably traveling the world or something, doing crazy stuff. You feel me? Enjoying my whole life by the time y'all really see this for real. But the main portion of what I want y'all to basically understand is, the spiritual side of this world has been ignored for too long, and probably longer than what we actually needed as a people. It's been ignored, and I told y'all, if you've been following me, like on as far as like what I would upload on TikToks, throughout the time of making content on there, which I still do, but just we do it a little different. We do it a little different. You feel me? Over there now. With the stuff that I've been uploading over there, I told y'all, man, the spiritual war itself, we've been in it. You feel me? Been in it, because this whole world is spiritual. You have a physical body. We have physical things and materials that we can touch, but that's not life. You see what I'm saying? That's not life as God created it. We live in a very spiritual world, and that war itself that's the true World War III. That's like y'all think that what we've been hearing, the little rumors, little stuff like that, the little bombings and attacks, in a physical world, that is the quote unquote war, but it's really a spiritual war that is taking place, which is the World War III that we are actually already in. And it's already broke out. It's heavy. We got it's spiritual warfare on every side, and I'm sure all of God's children can truly feel what I'm saying. The day that y'all actually hear me speak on some of these, the day that I put a lot of this little stuff out that was going on behind the scenes, spiritual wars broke out heavy. And right now, the time that we live in, it's important that you start learning how to protect yourself spiritually, that you start learning how to connect with God spiritually, and understanding when you hear his voice versus hearing the devil's voice. And the devil is a mock of God. He always wants to be able to do what God can do. So they're coming out with different technologies in which that are going to try to portray God's voice to you all. And that's why it's so important that you actually already have a connection with God pre them doing some of these attacks. It's so many forms of attacks that they're planning and that they're putting in place. But that's why it's important for you to have a connection with God, so that you are already aware of what his voice sounds like to you, because God is always speaking to you, whether you know it or not. We tend to call God our intuition. You see what I'm saying? God is within that. You see what I'm saying? That sense alone in what we tend to call our intuition is actually God speaking to you. And most of the time we'll be like, oh, something told me, and I can respect that, because sometimes you don't want to necessarily put a label on God that might not be God. So I can respect that. But in most cases, when something told you to do something, or something told you or warned you about something, and we credit our intuition, but it's really God that's doing the work, that's actually letting you know what's going on. So again, y'all just, as I give y'all different little pieces and gems and information over time, y'all just keep praying for me, so that I can be also spiritually protected and covered. And I know it's a lot of people that are praying for me, but it's a lot of people also that are praying on me right now. You see what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to also just be fully aware. Like I always tell y'all, awareness is the first step to making the change. You have to be aware of the problem or aware of the situation or aware of what's going on first before you can make that change, before you can actually, shift what it is that's going on. So y'all just stay aware, stay patient, stay grounded too in what God is teaching you and showing you. Even like right now, this is sort of what I'm trying to get y'all to understand as far as like me going back a little bit in what I've been saying. Like I can't really pinpoint what's going on with me because even like right now, like I feel like throwing up even while talking, and I haven't felt like this at all, none, ever, the entire time that I've been going through this sickness. The most I could say maybe if I felt like throwing up was maybe like that first day when I was just down bad, but like even right now, like I feel like sick almost, and I ain't felt like that none. Even when I just be moving around and whatnot, I ain't felt like that. So, just, I know what I know. You see what I'm saying? I know it's a this whole ordeal is a spiritual attack. Even down to I heard God's voice clear as day, and I pray my phone don't do nothing crazy, right? So that I can get this off with y'all, right? But I heard God clear as day tell me not to go into work that day. If I'm being honest, I was sort of hesitant in listening because I thought it was for a different reason. I didn't realize that it was actually because at that time, Forsyth County was dealing with a water issue basically, and so the water was unsafe somehow out of all that. And see, this is why I say I can sort of pinpoint, but the way it's been moving, I can't make sense of it because somehow I ended up getting sick literally that same night when I got back home. And the only thing that I did there, because I didn't drink the water. I mean, they had labels on everything telling us we couldn't drink the water. They gave us hot ass bottles of water. They had the cold bottles hiding in the truck, but they gave us hot ass bottles of water to be able to drink, basically. And I drank from that the entire day. I never touched any of the water except to wash my hands. And somehow that night I had came home and I had recorded a song where I at least recorded the lyrics to the song. I didn't record the actual song, but I recorded, the lyrics to the song. And while I was recording, and right after that, I started feeling my throat getting sore. And as my throat was getting sore, that next morning when I woke up, it's like everything hit me. It's like everything hit me as soon as I had woke up that next morning, and since then I've been dealing with it. So it's just all been crazy to me, if I'm keeping it a buck with you. It's just all been crazy, nonetheless. So I heard God that day tell me that I shouldn't have went in, but I was a little hesitant because I thought it was based off something else, and I told him, I was like, man, I'm not trying to move off fear, God. I ain't about to move off fear. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna let people trick me on my spot and whoop. And that was me being bull-minded, strong-headed, strong-willed as a man. You see what I'm saying? And it cost me. At the end of the day, it cost me, and it put me right in the situation that I'm currently in right now. Whether it was actually the contact that I had with that water that actually did it, or whether somebody actually put it on me the way that I personally feel. I feel like it's a spiritual attack, especially because of how it keeps targeting different things in me at different times. And like right now, I don't even have a voice. You see what I'm saying? Like I wish that I was making this shit up, but I can't make this shit up, y'all. My voice is being impacted, and y'all should know at this point in time, if you've actually been following me. For the ones that do, I thank you. I really do. But if you've been following after everything that I, just speak on and talk about, even stuff that I speak on in my music, you know that, my voice is a weapon. You see what I'm saying? My voice is a weapon, and right now I feel like one of my weapons is under attack. Even just down to like how it's been trying to have me basically in the bed and not being able to move and not being able to really do nothing, and just all these different forms of trying to keep me down from being able to basically handle and conduct my business. Because at the end of the day, yes, business is important, but it's more so about the messages in which that are being delivered through what we are doing, and how God has helped me to construct all of this. You see what I'm saying? Because without God, there wouldn't be none of this. You feel me? That's just 1000%. Without God, y'all wouldn't even be seeing me in this position right now. Y'all wouldn't be seeing me right now, how I am, who I am. You feel me? All that is God. I can't credit none of that to myself, no matter the fact that, yes, I still had to take the free will option to be able to make the changes and, submit to the growth. But that's all God at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? So, nonetheless, y'all just keep praying for me, man. I'm gonna leave it at that, because I don't want nothing random to happen. And I really just wanted to let y'all know, a couple of different updates, a couple of different things that's been going on, just to let y'all sort of, see what's been happening in a sense, because that's what the point of BTM is. And we had went a period of time where y'all didn't really get to see a lot of anything, and I do apologize for that, if I'm being 100, because it is so much more that has happened pre me even starting back recording for BTM, and y'all don't even know about a lot of that. But y'all will know about a lot of that, because a lot of that is going to be in my music, a lot of that is going to be in my speeches, a lot of that is going to just show in my work and what I do, and how I make sure that I continue to work for the people, because I'm for the people. Simple as that. And we're gonna bring as many people back to God's kingdom as possible, and we're gonna make sure that everybody that at least follows after us understands that God is king, Jesus is king, his Holy Spirit is king. You understand what I'm saying? Yeshua HaMashiach, he is king. And I want y'all to understand that nothing can conquer him, nothing can beat him, and no matter what the enemy may do, he'll keep trying, but the enemy already knows that he lost. And one more note I want to say before I go: y'all understand that technology in itself, right? It is a blessing and a curse. I'm just gonna be real with you. It's a benefit and it's a non-benefit for us. We have to use, the tools that have been given to us for, the righteous acts in which that can be produced from them. You see what I'm saying? And but we also have to understand that technology is also the way that they are also pushing us into the future in which that they want for us. So it's not so much that we need to be against the technology, it's more so that we need to find a way to gain control over how this technology is used and how it's pushed out to the people and how we utilize it. Because letting wicked people control the narrative and control how it's used will produce wickedness. But if we can get righteous people into that place where they can control the narrative, and where we can control how it's used and how it's pushed to the public and how we utilize it as a people, you see what I'm saying? And again, that's why I just summarize it as technology, because technology itself, it doesn't just go for AI. You see what I'm saying? Because that's going to be one of the main things that people think about when I say technology. But it even goes for our phones, in which that I'm just using to record. It goes for our computers. It goes for anything that is technological. You see what I'm saying? All forms of technology, it's a blessing and a curse. But we have to understand that we have to get some righteous people into a place of power in order to be able to do that. And that takes those righteous people staying obedient and submitted to God at all times, in all ways, and God will take care of the rest. We don't have to fight certain battles, we just have to be submitted. And the more that we submit, and the more that we allow ourselves to humble ourselves down to what God has called us to be, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to fear. God didn't give you the spirit of fear. He gave you a spirit of faith. He gave you a spirit of prosperity. You see what I'm saying? Of understanding that all things that we come in connection with, that are connected to him, are good, are righteous, are great. You see what I'm saying? And all wickedness will have to answer to him at some point in time. You feel me? I want y'all to understand this deeply. This is something that I really want you to get, because life after death is real. There is no such thing as death. You cannot kill energy. You cannot kill a soul. You cannot kill these things. All of these things will ascend or descend to the places in which that they resonate the most with. So I want you to understand that your life after you pass away is much more important than what you're thinking your life is right now on this earth that we live in. We live in one realm of what God has created, but there are so many different levels to this, and there are so many different possibilities in which that can happen, within this form of life and the next forms of life in which that, people will experience, whether we believe this wholeheartedly or not. These are the things in which that will come to pass. You see what I'm saying? So again, man, I just love y'all. I pray for y'all every day. I pray for my people because I love my people, and God knows that each and every day I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that we as a people rise and that the wicked will fall. We will not allow them to win. And if I have anything to say about it, they will feel us. I can promise you that they will feel us, and they'll know that this is what was meant to happen. And as a leaving note, somebody at my job, I won't say his name because I don't want to name drop people like that. If he ever sees this, he knows exactly who he is. When I went to work this past Tuesday, the one day that I've been able to go for real, he said something that I don't think he truly understands the power in which what he was saying, and it was said, in our past. You see what I'm saying? Which the statement is, the revolution will not be televised. You see what I'm saying? We've heard that statement before in our past, and that's the truth. The change in which that's actually happening in our world, the actual good, the righteous acts, the righteous deeds in which what we are doing, that will not be televised, that will not be shown to the public, that will not be that's not going to be the narrative that they push. But see, now we have all the tools necessary in order for us to televise it ourselves. We don't need them to televise it. We have the tools ourselves to televise and make sure that everybody sees this change that needs to happen. And all we have to do is come together and use our platforms as a righteous deed and not as a selfish deed. You see what I'm saying? We have to find ways, again, y'all, to come together, because if we don't find ways to come together, they will find a way to try to tarnish us or push us down or make us feel as if we are not doing the work or enough work to spread to the people. But I promise you, with everything in me, God is fighting for us every day. I promise with everything in me that God is making sure that we will be conquerors and we will not fall victim to what the enemy thinks that we will. Truth of the matter is, I'm even having a thought right now of releasing this video without it even being a part of BTM, but I might just let it be a part of both. I might just use a little piece of it for BTM, but I think I'm actually gonna drop this as a full video because, I don't know who this needs to reach. I don't know who needs to hear this. And, I honestly feel like this is something that may not need to wait as far as, people being able to hear it, people being able to understand it. And we as a people, I'm gonna keep saying this because I need y'all to get this. We as a people, we have to come together. We have to settle our differences. We have to drop the division. We have to drop what we are fighting against each other for. We have to drop all the ways that they find to separate us from each other. And we have to put those things down. That's childish now. We are at war, y'all. We are at war. We have to protect ourselves spiritually. We have to protect each other spiritually. We have to protect each other from the damage and destruction in which that, the enemy is trying to send our way. So I just want y'all to stay blessed, stay on notice, stay prepared, and stay vigilant. Don't let the devil kill your drive. Don't let the devil kill what you're doing. Don't let the devil try to take away from you or what you've been building. Give yourself the opportunity to be a part of this shift, because it's not just about a shift of consciousness, it's about a shift of how we're going to continue life after this, what it's going to be for our children, how our children are going to have to grow up, and their children and their children's children. This is generational, y'all. And right now we're fighting generational bondages and strongholds that the enemy has placed in front of us because he wants us to fail. He wants us to fall. He wants us to fumble. He wants us to not be in the places of power in which that God is rising us to. So I pray that you hear my voice and not hear my voice as my voice, but hear the words that God has placed and poured into me to speak to you, because this isn't about me. I promise you, none of this is about me. None of what I do is about me. None of this is about me. Everything that I do is for y'all. Everything that I do is for the kingdom of Christ. And I want y'all to forever remain humble in that. I love y'all to death, man. And I pray for y'all on a day-to-day basis. And I pray that y'all be healed. And I pray that y'all also have open eyes to what is going on. I'm out.